All right, y'all. How we feeling today? Feeling all right? I'll take your word for it. I'm Christian Bold. On behalf of the Jazz Museum, we want to welcome these musicians. We want to welcome y'all here. We want you to be, mindful of the fact that we're here to serve the live local music of New Orleans. If you're interested in any future events, just go to nolajazzmuseum.org. Check our site. We try to have killing shows all throughout the month. This time we got music from the center of the river. They are incredible. Give them one more hand before they even start, because, people come to New Orleans, tourists especially, and they're like, oh, I really want an authentic experience, and da-da-da-da-da. These cats are the real deal. They're harmonizing, and they're masters of their craft, and they're really bringing you the sound of this part of the world and their experience and their joys and their sorrows, So we want to give them one more hand. Music from the center of the river, y'all. Thank you.
the center of the river, where the deepest water flows. To the center of the river, it beckons me and I must go.
A river beyond imagining. Deep and cold, cold and wide. Got so wide it would take a miracle to get you to the other side. Inexorable, inevitable, always moving, always changing. Towheads, islands, sandbars appear and disappear overnight or in a single storm. The very banks of the river constantly move and shift. Giant trees fall off towering cliffs as the land beneath their feet is sluiced away by the power of the flow. The trees become snags that will sink the most buoyant of ships, and there are whirlpools you'll never see that will flip you over and turn you inside out. Welcome to the world of music at the center of the river. Michael, Mark, and I came together on its banks, right here in New Orleans, and discovered we held in common a love of the great river and the music made by the people drawn to her banks. We also found a love of this city. Today, we invite you all to journey with us down this great and very personal river of words and sound.
To see the Mississippi disappear in the Gulf of Mexico. Muddy water getting clearer of the land she touched so long ago. I heard a voice in the valley called to me late at night. Had to listen, had to follow along the winding open river road.
Mississippi disappear in the Gulf of Mexico. Muddy water getting clearer of the land she touched so long ago. We're all here. We love being here. We love all of you. And we love life. And with that, as the perfect handmaiden of that, comes an end. That's going to come for every single one of us. And that is kind of what brings a beautiful shape to life. It's hard and challenging as that is. And sometimes, when it comes close to the end, even if we feel that we are at peace, it's not always so easy to let go. And in that moment, maybe there's something or someone, a being, perhaps a white horse, that will come and help us cross over. White horse. There's a white horse coming, riding, coming. There's a white horse coming through the trees. There's a white horse got what you need.
Get on up, right out of here.
There's a black cloud hanging, floating, hanging. There's a black cloud floating in the sky. Dark bottom cloud knows the reason why.
Get on up, float out of here.
black road winding, rolling, winding. There's a black road rolling through the train. There's a white horse gonna set you free. Get on up, get on up, right out of here. Get on up, get on up, right out of here. To the light, in the light, fly out of here. The snake that draws the flow from a big piece of the continent, called the Great River Mississippi by the Ojibwe people who lived along its shores, was and is a highway on a world scale that once was wild and will be so again. And I name the ancestors and co-creators of this land and water. Choctaw, Cherokee, Chickasaw Creek, Natchez, Kappa, Tunica, Biloxi, Chichimacha, Coro, Ora, Chachi, Yubo, Manomini, Akola, Pisa, Oskaloosa, Masalea, Ibi, Tubo, Tado, Bluebi, Gra, and Yazo, Ojibwe, Kushata, and the Illinois Confederation.
How's everybody doing? Well, my friends have had the Mississippi River flowing in them since before they were born. It's been blowing out of their horns, and they've been banging it out of their drums since they were children, and I'm sure you've heard it in this city as you walk around. In front of the cathedral, they took me in like a stray cat. They spoon-fed me the river. Spoon-fed me the river. Drop by drop, note by note. And they would remind me, spoken or unspoken sometimes, the river is flowing right behind us. And it is. It was. It flows through them and it flows through us. Some are blessed to have a safe perch high on a levee. My friends are blessed to be in it and of it. It is not without its dangers. Little Milton, put your bottle down. Out there in Jackson Square, acting like a clown. You're the best trumpet player in New Orleans. You make the people smile. Milton, put your bottle down. Little Milton, you know I loved you from the start. There on Frenchman Street with your bleeding music heart. When they hear your sound, the young and old, all together round. Little Milton, put your bottle down. You've been drinking so long, had to write this song. You know I've been through a lot, you've been through a lot. But it's time to stop, can't you see? Set your demons free. Little Milton, put your bottle down. You've been drinking so long. Yeah, I had to write this song. I know you've been through a lot. Oh, it's time to stop. Can't you see? Set your demons free. Little Milton.
All right. Now, I read it somewhere. I just got this little note here. Got a friend here in town named Chip Wilson, and he wrote this song. I guess if you live here in New Orleans long enough, and you've lived here long enough, you've got a song about what the Mississippi can do. And the Mississippi River does what it wants. About 100 years ago, some folks noticed that the Mississippi River was starting to change its course about 150 miles upriver from here. The river drains about 40% of the United States, and that is a lot of mud coming down the river from the Gulf of Mexico. Builds up over time, and the Mississippi finds a more efficient route for its emptying. Changing course is something you could count on the river doing every 1,000 years or so. This time it was choosing the Atchafalaya, but if it's deeper and shorter route to the Gulf, there would be no more Baton Rouge. There would be no more New Orleans. It would be a flood a bunch of places along the Atchafalaya. Something had to be done, so they built the old river control structure, and it's a very temporary situation. So here's a little song that describes what will happen. With a whole lot of trouble, several hundred miles to the north, where the parents fed bags on the levee for whatever that's worth, where they don't want to go down, but they just can't stay. Watch the river wash the families and the jobs and the friends all away. Now down in South Louisiana, we're gonna try to hoodoo away the rain. But if the river jumps the banks, it's gonna bypass New Orleans all the way to Lake Pontchartrain. There's gonna be no big money rolling round the bend. 'Cause if the river jumps the banks, there'll be no more New Orleans. If the river jumps the banks, then it'll never be the same. It'll be all done. If the river jumps a levee this evening, we'll be stranded till the morning comes. 'Cause New Orleans needs a river like a swamp needs mud. And all the rivers on the levee won't stop it if it wants to flood. Now the Army Corps of Engineers, they got another federal plan. Well, it costs a whole lot of money, and they want to spend it if they can. On the streets of New Orleans, everybody cries it's a shame. But if the river jumps the banks, it ain't never gonna be the same. 'Cause if the river jumps the banks, it'll never be the same. Gonna be all done. And if the river jumps the levee this morning, we'll be stranded till the morning comes. Can't stop the light force of the Gulf Coast hurricane. And if the river jumps the banks, it'll never be the same. Come on now. We'll relocate the Crescent City to some other river bend, and in 500 or 600 years we'll have to move it all over again. We'll pack up our piano, pack up all our drums, pack up everybody and wait till that moment comes. 'Cause if the river jumps the banks, it'll never be the same. It'll be all done. If the river jumps the banks, it'll be over till the morning comes. 'Cause New Orleans needs a river like a swamp needs mud.
There's a river that sings, sighs, moans, mutters, imprecations, babbles of a dangerous love, and whispers lullabies. It sings to the rivers in each of us, rivers of ancestors, the tributaries and mainstays of our blood roots, flowing, joining, and growing. And all along its banks, and on the land they touch, people have sung, chanted, prayed, and played. They've sung the river into being, the river that connects us to them and them to us. And still, and still, and still, it flows.
Cheer up, my brother, I'm finally coming home. I held you in my heart for so long. Did you hear me? Could you feel me? Did you see me through the dark? I was always reaching out for your hand. I'm a stranger in a strange land, stranger who needs a hand. The danger's getting stranger these days. The road is wide open, the train whistles blowing, but there's nowhere to run to anymore. As she speaks when it's quiet in the streets, and the people stop their dancing for a while. Ritual of forgetting has left an open bar for the spirits to all haunt while folks are gone. I'm a stranger in a strange land, a stranger who needs a hand. The danger's getting stranger each day. The road is wide open, the train whistles blowing, but there's nowhere to run to anymore. All of the people are grasping at straws, drinking behind their closed doors.
back in the woods, close to the river, just beyond the cliffs, but far enough away from town to create a magic circle in which the exaltation can take all of its very human forms, the people gather, drawn out for a week-long event of transcendence of their worldly restrictions and commitments. Under the sway of a raft of charismatic preachers, they take it all the way out. Jesus, yes. The Lord, yes. But the flesh is also very much present in all of its sweaty glory. This is camp meeting. being of the river, and the people it has enchanted and ensnared have sung in many modes and many tongues. River songs and levee chants, songs of love lost and love found, chain gang hollers, and tongue-speaking churches, the saints and the synagogues, honky-tonks and masquerades, the righteous and the sinners, musicians, bounty hunters, murderous clansmen, hawkers, peddlers, stevedores, wild men and women, and revivalists, the folks of the cotton fields, the Mardi Gras Indians, raftsmen, rogues, voyageurs, river pirates, and river rats, runaways, roustabouts, and revolutionaries. All of these sing the songs of the river.
Well, I've a home prepared where the saints abide, over in that glory land, with my kindred dear forever by my side. When I'm over in that glory land, just over in the glory land, there with the mighty host I'll stand. Over in that glory land, just over in the glory land, there with the mighty host I'll stand. Over in that glory land. What a joyous thought that my heart shall see when I'm over in that glory land, and forever at the side of my Savior shall I be. Over in that glory land, just over in that glory land, there with the mighty host I'll stand. Over in that glory land, just over in that glory land, there with to the center of the river, where the water swirls and foams, to the center of the river, I have finally found my home. I have finally found my home. I have finally found my home.
Thank you.
Thank you, New Orleans Jazz Museum.
Michael Ward Bergman,
David Bookbinder.
Mark Rubin. We want to thank all of you for being such a wonderful audience, for hanging with us. We want to thank Travis and Dan and everybody at the New Orleans Jazz Museum. Please give it up for this wonderful institution. Make it loud, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to say we've just completed our first recording, which is what you've heard. That's the material you've heard today. And it will be coming out sometime in the fall. Social media, ladies and gentlemen, social media. Music at the Center of the River or Center of the River, Instagram, Facebook. Please follow us and friend us and all the things you got to do and pay attention. And when the music comes out on Spotify, share it with your friends. Pass the word of music at the Center of the River. Thank you so much.